Hi, test, test, test.
Test, test, test. Hello.
Hey, Rachel.
Hi. I'm a rising senior at Emerson, publishing major, and I've been with Teens in Print for a year, almost a year now. I joined last year at Summer 24 SJI. Woohoo! I oversaw the magazine multimedia group, and we made this wonderful magazine. Shout out! The students came up with the cover and wrote all the articles in here and made most of the design motifs. And this summer, we're going to be doing the same thing, but a different issue. Yeah, so I've been making some slide decks, just introducing them to the magazine process, a look into the archives of Teens in Print archives, and also magazine archives that they're interested in. They'll be doing a magazine gallery walk where they just put up a slide of a magazine that interests them or that catches their eye, and seeing what their fellow reporters are reading. They'll also be making mood boards like these, just to start stimulating what they want the new issue to look like. They'll also be making mini zines. I think it's really important to have a tactile element, and I really love the print aspect of magazines, so we'll be incorporating lots of that too. I'm modeled after a lot of the staff here at Right Boston and Teens in Print. They really promote having multiple ways of learning and receiving information, so tactile, visual, audio, and I make sure to try to incorporate that into all my lesson plans so that any type of learner can grasp something from the lesson plan that day. I think this onboarding process has given me a lot of time to role play scenarios with different types of students, different types of learners. It's also given me the opportunity to show my lesson plans to third parties, to coaches, to other Teens in Print Right Boston staff, to fellow youth leaders. It's giving me the chance to collaborate, to share facilitation ideas that I wouldn't have thought of on my own. It's given me time to practice my lesson plans, to curate them, and yeah, this has just been a space with immense support from all angles, and it's really made me feel more secure in my role and as an educator. There's been a lot of different ways that it's made me feel more secure in my role and as an educator. I think having questions posed to like how I want to administrate my lesson plans and having people push back and start the conversation of how do we decenter white supremacy culture in teaching and learning. I think giving me autonomy to figure it out, but also having support when I need to, it's made me feel just more confident and like I'm understanding what I'm doing while not feeling alone in the process. So being able to have this time to curate our lesson plans on our own and having coaches and other staff around us there in case we have questions or we need help along the way, but ultimately giving us autonomy. And I think taking that with me, I want to also give the students and tipsters that I'm going to see this summer autonomy over their project, whether that be magazine, whether that be their own writing, making sure that they can administer their voice, and I'm there for support, just like during this onboarding process I had support, but also I had my own autonomy. When you're lesson planning, I feel like you have to think about the logistics and of course time, but also just how it will be received and making sure you go through like the actualities of your lesson and how they'll play out in real time. And I think during the onboarding process, like the role playing, having it shown to multiple coaches, multiple staff, and having different reactions towards that makes you realize that your lesson plan will be received in different ways, and just taking the time to not just go through your slides, not just write it down in a doc, but also act it out as if you were the student, if you were the learner, and making sure you have multiple perspectives on that. I think onboarding has really emphasized that there's a difference in between like practice and theory and then implementation and like a product or community building, which is what the whole crux of it is.